Dennis O'Keefe Show. Starring Dennis O'Keefe. In All Around Town. Also starring Hope Emerson, Ricky Kelman, Eloise Hart, Eddie Ryder. Brought to you by Oldsmobile, in behalf of your local authorized Oldsmobile quality dealer.
And then this pompous character said to me, "My dear Miss Hadley, I don't like the way you're handling my publicity. I've only seen my name in print once this week, and then you mentioned my hairpiece." Well, I did. I mentioned his poodle, too, though. Actors. Boy, did I tell him. I wouldn't handle his publicity if he were the last actor in the whole world. She's not your type, you know. So why don't we concentrate on someone who is?
Anyone I know?
Oh, Hal, isn't that Bentley Hayward, the Grand Lama of the book publishers?
Oh, sure is. And if he sees me, I'm cooked. He's been after me now to finish my book for 3 years. Let me know when he goes by.
He didn't even notice you.
Oh, good. Well, he's sitting with her. Bentley, buddy!
Oh, Bentley.
Oh, excuse me. Well, Hal, I didn't see you.
That's strange.
Bentley, this is Miss Karen Hadley, Mr. Bentley Hayward. Won't you sit down?
How do you do? Thanks.
My, that's an attractive luncheon companion you have, Bentley.
Yes, talented, too. I'm publishing a book of her nursery rhymes.
She writes nursery rhymes?
Charlotte's a very gifted girl along many lines.
I so have noticed.
She's a writer, a model, a painter.
Versatile, isn't she?
Now, Hal, when are you going to finish that book of yours so I can publish it?
Oh, my book. Oh, well, I'll get around to it one of these days.
Well, don't rush him, Mr. Hayward. He only started it 3 years ago.
Oh, well, you know how it is. I've been so busy with the column, I just haven't been able to get around to it.
You're procrastinating, Hal.
No. It's not procrastination. It's just, well, it takes a lot of time to write a novel. You know that.
We'll get to work on it. Hayward House never went wrong publishing a book written by a newspaper man.
All right, Bentley, all right.
Well, nice to meet you, Miss Hadley.
Nice to have met you.
Goodbye now.
Bye.
So long, Charlotte. Bentley. You know, maybe he's right. Maybe I should buckle down and write that book.
Well, somebody has to write the great American novel. It might as well be you.
Well, if she can write nursery rhymes, I can write a bestseller.
That's the old fight. I bet Hemingway is shaking in his fishing boots right now.
Another cup of coffee, Henry.
Yeah, thanks.
You know something? You were very much neater before you became a novelist. Oh.
Here, don't throw those away. Might need them for reference.
Oh. How many pages is your novel going to have?
Oh, I'd say 400.
400. How many have you done so far?
I'm getting along just fine,
Yeah.
size, just fine.
12 pages.
Don't be so nosy. I don't want anybody to see this until I've finished it.
You mean in 3 years you've only written 12 pages? Well, that's only 4 pages a year.
I know how many pages it is, Si. Now, if I can have a little peace and quiet around here, maybe I can get back to work.
12 from 400 leaves 388 pages.
Well, when it's all done, I'm a free slave.
Hi, Randy.
Dad's still working on his book?
Yeah, he is. Say, Randy, do you know how much 388 divided by 4 is?
Let me see. 388 divided by 4?
Yeah.
The 4 goes into 38 9 times.
9.
9 times 4 is 36.
Mm-hmm.
36 from 38, and that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you bring down your 8, and that's 28. 4 goes into 28 7 times. 97.
97, huh?
What are you two talking about?
Henry, at the rate you're going, it's going to take you 97 years to finish your novel.
And with all these interruptions, it's liable to take me a lot longer. Now, why don't the two of you go on clear out of here and let a genius work?
Oh, well, all right, if you insist. Come on, Randy. We'll look at television in my room. Genius. Oh, really?
Don't use too many big words, Dad. I want to read it when you're through.
Yeah, okay. 97.
Oh, what a marvelous sound. Hal typing away at his novel.
He's been at it 4 days now, like a dedicated man. Only pausing to dictate his column.
That's splendid. I'd give anything to see what he's written so far.
So would I, but he won't let anybody see it, not till it's finished. He says it's bad luck, like talking about a no-hitter before the game is over.
Well, we'll just have to be patient. Imagine, Elliot, there's a novel being born in there.
But you kind of stop and think, doesn't it?
Well, I'll run along, and when Hal comes up for air, you tell him I'm very proud of him.
I'll do that, Mr. Hayward. I'll certainly do that.
Goodbye, Elliot.
Goodbye, sir. Thank you.
Well, that ought to help till the regular window cleaner comes around.
Thank you, Charlie.
You know, I might only be the janitor, but I think I do just as good a job as them professional window cleaners.
Oh, indeed, you do.
Uh-huh. Say, that fella Hayward, he's a book publisher?
He is one of the best. Excuse me, Charlie. I have to take this down to the composing room.
Yeah. Could I see you a minute, Mr. Towne?
Oh, sure, Charlie. Come on in.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. It sure is hard work writing a book.
You telling me? I just finished one.
You wrote a book?
Yeah, see, a couple of years ago, I hustled myself off to night school and I took a writing course.
Oh.
Then I sat down and I wrote a love novel.
A love novel?
Well, you know, boy meets girl and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Well, I was wondering, Mr. Towne, if you'd mind reading my novel and see if you think it's good enough for Mr. Hayward.
Oh, well, I'd be glad to, Charlie. Just bring it by sometime.
I'll get it for you right now. I'll get it right out here in the box. There it is.
You wrote that?
Yes, sir. 475 pages.
475.
Well, I always say, if you're going to write, write.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Well, who did your typing for you?
Me, Hunt and Peck.
The inside page by Homer Thackeray?
Well, I didn't want to use my own name because my wife Hannah's a very jealous woman and, well, she might get suspicious of them love scenes.
Suspicious of what?
Well, you see, the hero of my book is a real romantic newspaper guy with women chasing him all over the place and, well, Hannah might think I was writing about myself.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, that does pose a problem, Charlie. Now, okay, Charlie, I'll read it just as soon as I can get around to it.
Well, thank you, Mr. Towne, and I'll read yours when you finish it.
Well, thank you very much.
Now, remember now, don't you tell anybody who wrote it, because they might blab it to Hannah.
Oh, it's our secret, Charlie, our secret. 475 pages? Elliot, I'm going to be at the library for the rest of the afternoon doing some research, and from there I'm going home.
Right, Al.
Elliot, what are you up to tonight?
Huh? Oh, I don't know. Stay home and read, I guess.
Yeah, good. Read that.
Hal, you finished it.
Oh, no, that's not my novel. This was written by, well, a friend of mine.
You don't know anybody by the name of Homer Thackeray. They're both dead.
Will you read it, Elliot? I haven't got the time, and I promised this fellow I'd let him know what I thought of it.
I'd be most happy to read the book for your friend.
Oh, don't be silly. See you in the morning.
Right. What a man. Cancel whatever you're doing tonight. You are going to read a book.
But, Chief... Now, look. Every car has to have some noise in it. Nobody leaves this lab till you check that 1960 Oldsmobile every way possible. Okay, now put the Olds on the shaker and shake it up real good.
I hear something, Chief.
Good, good.
Oh, I guess that was my watch ticking. I'm sorry.
Take the watch out of the building, Harvey, and take your shoes off.
We've been working 2 weeks on this project, Chief. Let's face it, the Olds is the quietest.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but you're right. Strip her down and find out why.
Here's one reason, Chief.
Yeah?
The quiet tread tires. The tread design cuts down road noise and tire squeal.
Wow, look at that! Chief, quick, look at this. 14 Vibratune live rubber body mountings, scientifically placed at points of minimum vibration.
14?
Yep.
Vibratune?
Yep. Lab report on the Olds engine, Chief. Electronically fitted pistons and connecting rods. Hydraulic valve lifters. Oil cushions.
Hey, look at these foam seats. Wow, this guard beam frame. These nylon sleeved shock absorbers.
Hey, Chief.
Quiet! If you guys are so excited about the new Oldsmobile, why don't you all go buy one?
Chief,
Thanks a
thanks,
lot,
Chief.
Chief.
I'm going to do that. Mail for you, Chief.
Morning, Elliot.
Morning, Homer.
Homer.
You didn't honestly think you could fool anybody with that pseudonym, did you?
What?
I doubt whether our esteemed publisher, Mr. Moreland, would appreciate the way you depicted him.
Well, I didn't depict any. Oh, I didn't write that book.
Hal, you want my candid opinion? The inside page is not in the same league with Chekhov or Flaubert. But it more than held my interest.
No, I didn't write it, Elliot. My novel's right in here, and I'm only on page 57.
I think you're making a mistake by not using your own name. You'd sell more copies.
I didn't write it. I haven't even read it. And incidentally, where is this novel?
Right here.
But what are you doing with it?
If you print this, I'll sue.
Sue? Well, what for?
For calling me, and I quote, a seductive creature who continually stalks me like a Black Panther, unquote.
Huh?
Oh, you refer to me as Margot, but you describe me right down the line, even to being a press agent.
No mistaking it, Hal. Margot is definitely Karen.
Well, I don't care who Margot is. I am not Homer Thackeray.
And I suppose you're not Lance Slater either.
Who is Lance Slater?
Oh, how coy can you be? As I gazed into the mirror, I saw myself, Lance Slater, famous columnist, 6'3", reddish blonde hair, penetrating blue eyes, and a smile that had a maddening effect on every woman I met. How egotistical can you be?
And now, see here, I did not write this.
Then who did?
Charlie Burke.
The janitor?
Yes.
That's a little far-fetched, Noble.
Elliot, Charlie Burke took a writing course at night school. He brought me this novel.
Oh, cut it out.
I will not cut it out, and I will not take the rap for this tripe in it. I'll prove to you that I didn't write this. Elliot, as you know, the L on my typewriter is out of line. It's lower than the other letters. And if you will look in this manuscript and any of these sentences and find an L, you will see that, oh, boy.
You were saying?
Charlie Burke used my typewriter.
Now, you listen to me, Hal Towne. You either take Margot out of that book, or I will stalk you like a Black Panther, and I will claw out your penetrating blue eyes.
Oh, now, Karen. Karen, wait a minute. My novel is only on page 50. Charlie, come down here now. Will you please tell them once and for all who wrote the inside page?
Oh, no, Mr. Towne, I couldn't do that.
You couldn't do that, but Charlie, you've got to.
No, sir, I don't know what kind of trouble you're in, but you just leave me out of it.
Now, Charlie.
I'm only the janitor.
Yeah, you come back here.
Oh, and you've got a nerve intimidating that poor old man.
I am not intimidating any poor old man. Wait a minute. I know what I'll do. I'll get rid of that manuscript. Yeah, it's in the incinerator for you, old buddy.
Yes, Margot. Elliot. Hayward? No? Send him in. Hayward.
Well, Hal, why didn't you tell me you finished your novel?
No, now, don't you start that.
I ran into Miss Hadley at lunch, and she was very upset about the way you've maligned her in your novel.
I didn't malign her because I didn't write it. It was written by a double-crossing janitor, the name of Charlie Burke.
If you say so, Hal. Well, now, if you didn't write it, you should have no objection to me reading it.
Yeah, why not? Why not? That's liable to clear up the whole situation. You're an authority on literature. You'll find out that it's a very amateurish effort. Not my type of writing at all. Of course, the character Lance Slater is pretty good, but other than that, it's just trash.
Ah, the inside page. Very intriguing title. I'll read it right away.
Darn, I wanted to finish. Oh, so it is you.
Mr. Towne, I thought you went home.
I'll bet you did. I've been waiting for you, Charlie.
Now, look, Mr. Towne, I'm sorry about this morning, but I just couldn't say I wrote that novel. I got to protect myself against Hannah.
So you left me with my neck sticking out.
You don't have to face my wife, and oh, she can be such a brute when she wants to be.
Charlie, why did you have to make Miss Hadley and me the characters in your novel? And the other people on the newspaper?
Well, a writer just write what he knows about. I learned that at night school.
Well, I don't suppose there's any real harm done. Your novel probably won't be published, Charlie.
Oh, it won't?
No. Well, you know, it's a nice effort for the first try, but Charlie, you've got a lot... Excuse me. Hello? Yeah, oh, Bentley. Yeah, did you read it?
Yes, I read it. It's simply written, but a good inside story of the newspaper game. I was especially intrigued with that columnist, Lance Slater. And those explosive love scenes.
Were you kidding?
Oh, there's a market for this sort of a book. I'd like to publish it.
You do?
Yes. Now, where can I get in touch with your mysterious janitor?
Yeah, well, it just so happens, Mr. Wise Guy, that he's right here, standing right beside me, and I'll let you talk to him. Charlie, it's Mr. Bentley Hayward. He wants to publish your novel.
He wants to publish my novel?
Yeah, that's right. Talk to him. Charlie, talk to him. Say something to the man. Bentley, Charlie's in shock. He can't talk to you right now.
Hal, why don't you admit there's no one there with you and that you are the author?
But there is someone with me. Charlie's right here, and I am not the author.
Have it your way, Hal. I'll send you an advance royalty check for $2,000 and the contract made out to Homer Thackeray.
Bentley, please, wait a minute. Charlie, talk to him. Say something, Charlie. Anything.
Good morning, Dad.
Morning, Rennie.
Good morning, Henry.
Sarge. Well, thank you.
Comfortable?
Yeah, just quite.
Isn't that a beautiful rose? I picked it out for you myself.
Let's see. It's not my birthday, and I haven't been elected president, so why all the attention?
Henry, don't you think we ought to have this place redecorated? And maybe a new refrigerator and a new stove and a deep freeze that'll hold lots of filet mignons and pheasants?
Pheasants?
And don't you think it's about time I had one of those miniature cars? You know, the type with the electric motor that goes 30 miles an hour?
Have you any idea what those cost?
Only $400.
Only $400. Well, what do you think I am, rich?
Oh, you will be soon.
I will.
It says so right in that paper.
Yes, I outlined it in a red pen.
Hayward House has announced that it will publish the inside page, a romantic novel about the newspaper business by Homer Thackeray. Bentley Hayward, publisher of the firm, stated that he believes the novel will be a big success because of its sensational love scenes. He also hinted that Homer Thackeray is the pseudonym of a famous syndicated columnist with the same initials. I had nothing to do with it.
Then it really isn't your novel?
Well, how could it be? You both figured out that it would take me 97 years to write mine.
I
When my friend at Hayward House showed me these galley proofs of your book, I was shocked, Hal, shocked.
I had nothing to do with it, Conrad.
Don't call me Conrad. From now on, I'm Mr. Moreland to you. I've been more than a publisher to you, Hal. I've treated you like a father, always looking out for your welfare.
I know that, Conrad. Mr. Moreland.
Then why did you stab me in the back?
I didn't.
Describing me in your book as a diabolical monster who rules his newspaper with an iron hand.
I told you before, that book was written by Charlie Burke.
Charlie Burke doesn't know how to spell diabolical. He has trouble spelling Charlie Burke.
Well, so he cheated. He bought a dictionary. Elliot's trying to locate him now, and when I get my hands on him, I'm going to force him to tell you...
Spoke to Charlie's wife, and he can't come into work today. He has a case of amnesia.
Amnesia, my foot. He's just afraid to face me. How about Bentley Hayward?
Oh, his secretary said she can't find him, can't locate him.
Can't locate him, huh? Well, I know where he is. He's at Benedict's.
I'm warning you, Hal. If that book is published, I'll sue you for every dime you have.
It is not going to be published, not unless Bentley clears my name first.
Oh, it's you.
It's me, all right, but who are you?
I'm Lois Logan. I typed the manuscript for the printer. Oh, I'm just mad about you, Mr. Thackeray.
Mr. Thackeray. Oh, well, I'm not Thack. That's him, the little fellow with the glasses.
Homer. Homer.
I mean,
Homer.
Oh, no, not Homer. Homer's not he.
When you join the Rocket Circle, something mighty satisfying happens. Something called owning an Oldsmobile, which is why you'll find so much company in your Rocket Circle. Folks who demand the most in the car they drive go Oldsmobile year after year. Style, ride, and performance, all mighty satisfying. And in the dynamic 88 for 60, they get Rocket Go on lower-cost regular gas. And in your Rocket Circle, you'll find the best judges of smooth action and takeoff power. For them, it's Rocket Go every time. And they know after driving a new Super 88 like this, there's still nothing like a rocket. People wise to the ways of Oldsmobile's 98 are in your Rocket Circle, too. Glamour and smart good taste are always in the picture with a luxurious 98. And now there's you. Like 3.5 million Rocket Olds owners, you've discovered it's mighty satisfying to join the Rocket Circle. Mighty satisfying to get out of the ordinary into an Olds.
Oh, I've been right here, Mr. Towne. I'm sure Mr. Hayward hasn't come in yet.
Yeah, well, I'll just sit down here and wait for him if I can, then, Vic.
I can hardly wait to read your novel. I hear it's a sizzler.
Mother Goose. Oh, Charlotte. Hey.
Bentley gave me your manuscript. Loved it. Love you. Call me, or I'll shoot myself.
Nursery rhymes?
Mr. Towne,
Yes?
may I sit down?
Yes.
I'm Mildred Stanley, Mr. Hayward's editor.
Oh, how do you do?
I hated your novel.
Well, thank goodness. It's nice to meet someone that doesn't adore me.
No, I don't adore you. That's for schoolgirls.
Yes.
I'm out of my mind about you.
But you said you hated it.
I hate it for what it's done to me. Let's fly to the moon.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Miss Stanley, but I've been grounded.
Oh, these novelists. Ready to order, Mr. Towne?
Who can think of food at a time like this? Go away.
Miss Stanley, please.
Oh, what's happened? Where are you? Oh, where's he going?
He'll be back. He'll be back, really.
Fight it. It's bigger than both of us.
No, Mr. Towne is not in yet, and neither is Mr. Thackeray.
So there you are.
Oh, no, I'm not going to answer that. Do you have any idea what it's going to be like when they publish your book?
Will you stop saying my book?
Hal, if you publish that book, I'll never speak to you
look,
again.
Karen, I've got enough trouble. A little old lady just chased me all the way here from Benedict.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, no, please. Pick on somebody your own size. Guard the door, Elliot.
Hal Towne, I'm not finished with you.
Grandma, run along home. You're going to be late for the quilting bee.
You're blocking the doorway.
Sir?
I was here first. Who are you?
I happen to be the publisher of this newspaper.
Oh, I hated you in that book.
Karen, why can't you listen to my side of the story?
Listen to it. I've read it.
Well, what happened to you?
A little old lady happened to me, and it's all because of your confounded novel. I'm going to sue you for sure.
Oh, how'd I ever get mixed up in all of this? That silly book has got all my friends mad at me and all the women in town mad about me, and I'm innocent.
Tell it to the jury.
Which one of you is Mr. Towne?
Well, not me, obviously.
There he is. Charlie Burke, I've been looking for you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Towne, but you better listen to Hannah. She's mad.
You bet I'm mad. How dare you tell everybody you wrote Charlie's book?
I told people that I... What are you talking about?
Trying to steal all the glory from Charlie. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Well, just keep talking, Hannah.
Charlie is a very famous writer. He's going to make a lot of money for us, and you keep your nose out of it.
Yes, ma'am.
And as for you, you might have stalked him, but I caught him. Go on, Charlie. Let's go to see Mr. Haywood and get some more money.
Yes, dear.
Well?
So, Suez?
Forgive me, Hal.
Mr. Towne, do you?
Don't be too harsh on us, Homer. Al?
You know, in some ways, I'm sorry that I'm not the author of Inside Page. It's gonna be mighty dull eating at Benedict's.
I'll take the check today.
Elliot, your ship come in? A horse?
My 88.
Your 88. Oh, you mean the dynamic 88, your new Oldsmobile.
Precisely. Its regular rocket engine uses regular gas, you know. Saves me about $1 on every tankful.
Oh, great engine, isn't it? Get the facts from your Oldsmobile dealer about the new dynamic 88 that gives you rocket go on regular gas. And remember, whenever you drive safely.
Oldsmobile, in behalf of your local authorized Oldsmobile quality dealer, invites you to tune in again next week for the Dennis O'Keefe Show.